这地儿好脏。
Really? So here's the Dominican Republic that y'all see. Today, we will show you the beautiful beaches of the country, but at the end of the video, you will see the other face of its capital. I'll be briefing over its history from 2 minutes 49 seconds to 7 minutes 05 seconds. You can skip over that area if you want to watch only the travel footages. Anyway, this is the route that we took from the United States to the Dominican Republic. For those of you guys who don't really know where the DR is located, it's neighbored by Haiti on an island in the Caribbean area. It took us only 4 hours to get there from Boston. Here's our arrival footage. The clouds in this country looks very cool. It's kind of like cotton candy. So, from Boston to the DR. Before we get started, here's an oversimplified run-through of the Dominican Republic's history. Prior to Columbus' so-called discovery, the Taino people inhabited Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. The Tainos were peaceful people who hunted small mammals or lizards. They also lived on agriculture and fishing. One of their main food sources was the yuca. Their art of weaving was so highly developed that they invented the cotton hammock, in which they slept in, and the cotton hammock, consequently, was one of the few long-lasting contributions that they made to the European culture. The Taino people also domesticated a breed of dog named the Caribbean dog, which they used for hunting and occasionally as food. Can you believe that they ate them? It's so cruel. By now, they're already extinct, according to past forms of porcelain and clay sculptures. It looks like a very cute dog. In 1492, Christopher Columbus visited an island, which he named Hispaniola, or Little Spain. Here, you can see his manuscript and drawing. Then, Christopher Columbus left and continued his exploration in the New World. So, the Spaniards didn't settle down the first time they visited the island. Later on, in 1496, Spaniards set up the first Spanish colony in the Western Hemisphere at Santo Domingo, which subsequently served as the capital of all Spanish colonies in America. Santo Domingo is the current capital city of the Dominican Republic. At the beginning, the Tainos believed that the Spaniards who took over the island were actually gods. Accordingly, they initially worshipped these blue-eyed and blonde-haired creatures. Story has it that one day in 1510, a chief of the Taino tribe ordered to drown one of the Spanish soldiers to determine whether or not the Spaniards were actually immortal. After they actually drowned this soldier, the Tainos watched him for several days until they were sure that he was dead. In 1511, they attempted to revolt after discovering that the Spaniards were actually not immortal. Unfortunately, they were unsuccessful, and many of the remaining Tainos were killed due to hard work or malnutrition. The Taino genocide started from 1492 and ended around 1518. It's actually really hot all year around the country, so the climate is perfect for the cultivation for some types of crops, such as the sugarcane. To establish this lucrative business, the colonists needed land and labor. In 1497, the Spanish Catholic monarchs granted land to the early settlers of La Española, so that they can cultivate a variety of crops, which included the sugarcane. On September 16th, of 1501, the monarch permitted black slaves of African descent to be imported to Hispaniola. This is the first known example of Europeans transporting black slaves across the Atlantic to work in the New World. In 1697, France took the eastern part of the island, Hispaniola, known as Haiti today, while Spain got the rest of the island, nowadays the Dominican Republic. That's why French is one of the official languages in Haiti. For some reason, Spain ceded its portion of Hispaniola Island to France. But later, they retook Santo Domingo following revolt by Spanish creoles. In 1822, after a brief period of independence, Santo Domingo was invaded by the Haitian troops led by their president, Jean-Pierre Boyer. The Dominican Republic was occupied by its neighbor Haiti till 1844. After that, the Dominican Republic was invaded and controlled by the United States twice. A bitter history, right? Fortunately, over the past 25 years, the Dominican Republic, or the DR, has experienced a remarkable period of robust economic growth, making their country one of the fastest growing economies in Latin America and the Caribbean, LAC region. Good for them! Day 2 of arriving to the DR, my parents took me out on a very relaxing boat ride across the Caribbean Ocean, and it actually felt really nice. It was relaxing, kind of like you're just bouncing up and down without a care in the world. I actually got to swim there in a natural pool, which was super nice. It had really clear water. Sadly, that day it rained, so I couldn't stay in there for too long, but the water was so clear that you could see the starfish in the sea. And let me tell you, there were a lot of starfish.
你觉得这水怎么样？
It's very clear. You can see right through it. After a while, we arrived at the second island where we were able to get lunch and look around. Look at how nice the sand is. Like, I was just walking out around the sand. The water is so pristine. The sand's super duper pearly white. At least how I remembered it as. You can see the ripple of the waves pulling up and down. It was really pretty and it felt nice too.
口罩摘下来，别老戴口罩了。给大家说一下，你现在在哪儿呢
At the Dominican Republic
你喜欢这儿吗
center, like the capital. I think it's pretty cool. Nothing too cool, but I like the food, the chocolate especially. It seems interesting. There's not a lot to do, I don't think. My mom dragged me out here today. I don't know for what reason. I had to wake up at 6:30. Do you like my sandals?
鞋底儿好脏。
Really? The day right after, my mom took me out to Santo Domingo to take a look at the capital of the DR. And I didn't really want to go. It was at 6:30 in the morning and she dragged me out. I was probably like life drained out of me.
They're supposed to be my good shoes though. Oh well. Just wash them when I get home. Anyway, that's it. Bye bye.
Anyway, we were able to take a look at Diego Columbus's house. It looked really cool. So here's our tour guide. I honestly forgot his name. I thought it was like Mario or something.
Visitaremos acá el Alcázar de Colón. Como dije, aquí vivieron los descendientes de Cristóbal Colón, ¿no?
He was super cool because he was able to speak 3 languages. He spoke English, Spanish, and French. Like, they were all good. He also worked in this building for a long time, so he knew everything. It was really cool to see everything because a lot of the furniture was original. We got to see like how the old days people lived their lives, at least for more noble people, right?
On Hispaniola Island, there weren't horses when Spaniards first came. Columbus brought 18 in his first voyage here. According to some books, 3 floors and a basement we have, plus 55 rooms. There's only 22 left, okay? June 11 of 1964. Murió acá el primer presidente del país, 11 de junio de 1864. Il était mort ici le blanc.
So this was actually the first hospital built in America. Now it's like a home for pigeons.
Palomas. Nowadays, it's a hotel for pigeons. Hospital, no connais. Tout est de mérite. Il y a aussi.
Later on, we went to the huge cathedral where everything was super duper tall, very church-like, you know? Even though this was the first cathedral ever built, it still felt really cool. This is a statue dedicated to Columbus for coming here and, I guess, discovering the islands. After a while, Mom bought me an ice cream because I was mentally, internally, and physically dying of heat. This is the National Mausoleum of the Dominican Republic. They buried a lot of like significant historical figures, but the most, I guess, astonishing thing was, here it comes right around the corner, Kitty! We actually saw a cat. Música, te traigo música, 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 música de la República. Aha! From this, you can actually tell how nice the Dominican Republicans are to animals. Like, there isn't really any prejudice against them, and they're really free to go wherever they want to. After that, we arrived at the presidential building, which is, I guess, the equivalent of the White House in America. After that, we went on home. Most of their highways are built one side with the beautiful sea looking out to the ocean, amazing palm trees and plants. It just looks very nice overall. But the other side is kind of this undeveloped urban city area, which isn't very urban at all. I guess like you can really tell the difference. This is the Dominican Republic that a lot of people don't show on camera, whereas like the beautiful beaches is basically the representative. One thing that I absolutely dislike about this place is how much trash it has. Like nobody cares to clear out the trash in the city, which makes me kind of irritated because there's people, there's animals, there's also like travelers and people who are on vacation here to see your country. It's not good to have trash filing around your city. So pick up the trash. Yeah, let's go.
Places like this with people put the trash, the trucks then come and pick it up. There's not a dumpster to put it in. Lugares como este aquí son utilizados para poner la basura, ya que lamentablemente el ayuntamiento no pone un contenedor para poner la basura. Si la persona lleva a un lugar así, el camión pasa a recogerlo. Look, the truck is coming to pick it up. It goes to certain locations where the trash is, and it goes and pick it up, okay? It looks ugly, but it's the government's fault. Se ve feo, pero es culpa del gobierno. Antes sí habían contenedores, no sé qué ha pasado. Avant on avait des conteneurs pour les déchets, mais aujourd'hui on ne sait pas qu'est-ce qu'il y a avec. ¿Eh? Algo que se puede ver en las casas es que hay siempre rejas, incluso en las partes más altas, es debido a huracanes. Eso protege si viene cualquier objeto que pueda golpear a una persona.